Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 2nd of June 2016. This is yesterday's live chart. Record these so I can compare the signals between the reloaded chart the following day and also what happened live. And I noticed that there's a discrepancy in today's chart. I'm just going to bring this up for you. If you have a look here, you can see that the signal when I loaded the chart appears on this bar here, which I'll give you the time, was 19:15. Yet when you look at the live chart as we go forward, you can see that the signal came in one bar earlier at the 7 signal there, 19:10. So this is the one I actually traded, and I don't know why this one has come up a bar late, which we will take a look at, that's for certain. But this is why I record the trading session, so that I can compare this to the reloaded chart, just to make sure. And it's very rare that we get this, but we do have it on this occasion, which is why I'm using the recorded chart to show you the signal in real time, as opposed to loading historically. Like I say, if they load fine and the signals are in exactly the same place as the recorded live chart, then it's not a problem. But on this occasion, there's just this anomaly that it appears on the 7:15 bar instead of the 7:10 bar, but there you can see the signal indicated there. This was the only signal for yesterday. We had the ISM manufacturing figures. They came out a little bit better, which is what drove the market to the upside, but it was a slow grind up and the market became range bound, and then eventually just before the close the market moved higher and traded up to the scalp before failing to move any higher. I was just waiting to see if it would have a go at the 17,800 level, but the market failed and then started to come back, so it was time to call it a day, as the market wasn't moving any higher. But of course later on it did do. You can see there trading up to the actual figure, but it did come back first before actually moving higher there. In the daily chart for yesterday, you can see that we've got this market still in the sideways range. We've got Brexit on the back burner, and also the Federal Reserve, whether they're going to increase interest rates or not on June the 15th. And this is what's causing this sideways move, and therefore we've got to live with it whilst the market waits for apparently these major news events. I can understand the Brexit one, but it's just speculation for the Federal Reserve on whether they're going to increase rates or not at the moment. So the market's sort of on hold and just trading sideways there in a range. News-wise today, what have we got that could move the markets? Let's have a look. After 1:30, 1:15, we've got the non-farm employment change and also the unemployment claims, and also Draghi's going to be speaking at 1:30 as well. Powell's being wheeled out at 1:35, and Carney comes out at 2 p.m. So it's a day full of the central bank reality show today. And then we've got crude oil inventories out at 4 p.m. So we should see a bit more volatility today from 1:30 when the central bankers speak, and then of course the crude oil figures at 4 p.m. as well. On the implied volatility front, this has just moved up slightly, 1178, but we're still in the lows, and the same as we had in June, July of last year. The market traded sideways before we had an explosive move, and that was to the downside in the underlying market. And I reckon this is going to come after the Fed meeting in June. That's June the 15th. Once they've made their decision to either raise or not to raise interest rates, then expect the market to go into free fall either way, because if they don't increase rates after all of this speculation, their credibility is shot once more, showing that they're incompetent and don't know what they're doing, and therefore you will see the market move lower. And if they do raise rates, we'll get the same as what we had in December when the rates were raised just before Christmas. The first 2 months of the year saw the biggest drop in the stock market in history of 2,000 points over the 2 months. So interesting times. It's just that it's a bit quiet at the moment, and that's just par for the course. We've got to live with it because that's the way the markets are now. They never used to be like this, but since 2008, when the central banks took over the control of the markets, whether intentionally or not, and their manipulation of the data, then things have changed somewhat. But again, it's predictable in the sense that they have control of it, so we can more or less gauge what's likely to happen. But we just have to live through these quiet times when we have to wait for their official announcement of what it is they're going to do. We know what the reaction is going to be. We just have to sit and wait for it. That's the problem, when they could just get on with it. But unfortunately, there are protocols and set times for these FOMC meetings, and we just have to wait for them. Right, that's it for today. I will see you in tomorrow's edition, unless there's something to report during the day. Other than that, have a great day. Also, thank you for your support and also for watching. See you in the next one.